Good afternoon. And on behalf of the entire West Haven St. Patrick's Day Committee, I'd like to extend to you our warm welcome to today's celebration. For the past 26 years, we've celebrated St. Patrick's Day here in West Haven by recognizing a prominent city resident of Irish descent as Irish Person of the Year. Today, we continue that proud tradition as we gather to honor Coleman Walsh, Jr. as West Haven's 2018 Irishman of the Year. If I might ask you now to turn your attention to the West Haven Police Department Color Guard and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If you would, please now welcome Miss Fiona Stewart, who is Queen of the 2013 Greater New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade, who will lead us in the singing of a soldier's song and our national anthem. Fiona?
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll sing a song, a soldier's song, with cheering, rousing chorus. As round our blazing fires we'll throng the starry heavens o'er us, impatient for the coming fight. And as we wait the morning light, here in the silence of the night, we'll chant a soldier's song. Shin feel fo a tofe ole Kevin Buin dar slu artin durone kuing fe void veser Chantil shin sher fasta ni og ferna fina na Ventrol, a knock the hames of Arnabwell, le cawn o'r gael cwn bosh no sail, le gunna shrek, shulov y knabel air, shuliv conig o'r on na veen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Fiona, for being with us once again. You do such a terrific job. Thank you. And now to deliver the invocation, please welcome the former pastor of St. Lawrence and St. Paul's churches, and boy do we miss him, our 2010 Irishman of the Year, Father Mark Jetty. Father Jetty.
It's a poem and a prayer. I am of Irish America. I am a child of immigrants. I am of a people who for over 800 years have bent a knee to no king but the King of Heaven, and bowed a head to no queen but the Queen of Heaven. I am of a dispersed people sent in slavery to Barbados, in chains to Australia, in famine to America. I am of a people who tore themselves from their father's arms, kissed their mother's face goodbye, and traveled all over the world to keep a roof over heads and food on the table. I am of an empire upon which no sun can set, for wherever you go in this whole world, wherever a house of God has arisen, a house of learning founded, a tree of liberty planted, there you will find the Irish Empire. May good St. Patrick bring us every blessing that endures, and may his spirit evermore abide with you and yours.
Thank you, Father. If you would, please be seated. I'm sure you know a great deal of time, planning, and organization goes into making this event the success it is each year. If you would, please join me in thanking the celebration committee, and in particular, Chairwoman Beth Sabo, who through all of their hard work, from fundraising to organizing the color guard, arranging the music, setting up the venue, putting on publicity, and serving the lunch, the committee really does a wonderful job each year in pulling this all together. So again, how about a nice round of applause for Beth and her folks. Thank you, guys. Now also in the back of the program, you'll find the many supporters who underwrite the entire cost of today's event. We thank each and every one of our generous sponsors who make this celebration possible. Once again, we're honored to have the New Haven County Firefighters, Emerald Society Pipes and Drum Corps lead our procession today. Thank you for making us part of your very, very busy St. Patrick's Day, guys. Thank you. We're once again graced with the presence of this year's Greater New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade Queen, Miss Bridget Judd, and her honor attendant, Miss Maureen Heron. Ladies, if you stand and be recognized, congratulations on your wonderful honor. We also have today with us the Grand Marshal of the 2018 parade, Mr. Patrick Smith. Patrick, congratulations on your great accomplishment. So many deserving folks have received this honor over the last 26 years. From our very first Irishman of the Year, Edward McDermott, to each and every one of our recipients who are listed in today's program, including last year's honoree, Kelly Canning Ruckhold, who I'm going to now ask to come forward to accept her street sign, which is hung in front of City Hall all last year. Kelly?
Thank you so much. Thank you,
go,
Dave.
Kel.
Love and peace. Thank you.
As was said earlier, this is the 26th year this committee has come together to choose an Irish Person of the Year. Now, it's usually a fairly simple process. We meet together in early February, nominations are made, the credentials of those to be considered are read, and a vote is taken, usually with little, if any, controversy. But I have to say this year was very different and unlike any other year I've experienced. And I hope the committee doesn't mind me sharing that sides were drawn on each side of the table over this year's eventual honoree. You might not know it, but Coleman is not a native son of West Haven at all. As a matter of fact, he was raised and lived in the neighboring town of Hamden for much of his early life. You clap now. You see, if you've lived here in West Haven for any length of time, or if you're a lifelong Westie like many of us here, particularly if you played any kind of sports, you understand the deep derision and acrimony that runs between the two towns. And it's run that way for decades. All you need to think of are those epic hockey games, high school hockey games played in front of a packed New Haven Coliseum, brutal football games between the two schools fighting for state championships, and in all sports, the great victories and some brutal, heartbreaking defeats. It's really a rivalry like none other. These are passionate feelings we develop at an early age and that are carried throughout our lives, regardless of how many years go by. So, when it was suggested that we honor a native Green Dragon with our most coveted Irishman of the Year award, well, as you might imagine, not everyone was in agreement. So, the debate carried on. On one side, it was argued, look at all the great things Coleman has done over the years for the Irish-American community. Just look at the parade. He's a committee member. He's a former Grand Marshal. He's his executive chairman and has fundraised thousands of dollars to keep it going over the years. He's a 30-year member and past president of the Knights of St. Patrick and has been a member of the West Haven Irish-American Club for almost as long. But others argued, that's all well and good, but this is West Haven, he's from Hamden, and it ain't happening. But look, he's a second-generation Irish-American. His grandfather came from County Kilkenny, became a policeman, married, settled in Derby right around the turn of the century. His mom and dad were hard-working folks who raised their family in a traditional Irish-American home, taught Coleman and his brothers and sister what it meant to be a proud Irish-American. Still, others argued, once from Hamden, always from Hamden. They never change. I think I saw him cheering for the other side at the last West Haven hockey game. No way. But he's clearly saw the light. He moved to West Haven. He married Donna, his wife of 27 years. He married into one of West Haven's most well-known and well-respected Irish-American families. Heck, his mother and father-in-law won this award way back in 1996. Coleman and Donna raised two great kids, Jane and Coleman. Both went through West Haven schools, played sports at the high school. Coleman even played hockey for the Westies. No way can I vote for a Hamden guy, no matter how much good work and how deserving he might be. So the committee was at an impasse, and it took our sage chaplain, Father Jetty, to bring a bit of sense to the room. He said, look, being born in Hamden is a little like original sin. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything to deserve it. It's not your fault. You're just born with it. Your parents bring you to church, you get baptized, and you're good to go from there. So it was the perfect parable. The vote was quickly taken. Coleman was the overwhelming choice of this year's Irishman of the Year. So Coleman, you did have a bit. You had a bit of baptism under fire when you came to West Haven, those many years ago. But as always, you took the good-natured ribbing from being in Hampton in stride, and as it was intended. You've remained proud and loyal to your hometown, as well you should. You have also embraced West Haven, kept your old friends, and made many new ones here. Your years of hard work and dedication within the greater New Haven Irish American community are commendable and make you a most deserving recipient of this award. Congratulations. Now, of course, if there are any doubts, the story I told you was totally fabricated. And may I say to all of Coleman's family, friends, and guests from Hamden, thank you for being with us. You're always welcome here in West Haven. And also, please understand that my words attributed to your great city were meant in jest. Kinda. 95-6. While there are a number of guests and dignitaries here today, some could not join us and send their regrets. First, from the junior senator, for the junior senator of the state of Connecticut, Christopher Murphy, this official citation of accomplishment. Do I have that, Beth? Certificate of accomplishment presented to Coleman W. Walsh, Jr. Upon your reception of the Irishman of the Year award from the city of West Haven, as a second-generation Irish American, you have diligently upheld values and strengths and sacrifice through lifelong community service. Your leadership duties as executive chairman of the Greater New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee and as a member of the Knights of St. Patrick demonstrate your profound commitment to the preservation of Irish heritage. Your passion and devotion to cultural diversity and public service brings great pride to the state of Connecticut. It is my privilege to honor you and to present to you in the United States Senate, March 16, 2008, Christopher S. Murphy, United States Senator. Also, from the West Haven State Delegation, who some of them are here today, I'd like to introduce Representative Charles Ferraro. Mr. Ferraro.
Sir.
Yep.
Well, good afternoon. Pleasure to be here with all my Irish friends, and I guess everybody's an Irishman for today. This is a citation from the General Assembly offered by the West Haven delegation. Representative Dorinda Boer of the 115th District, Representative Michael DeMazza from the 116th District, myself from the 117th District, and Senator Gail Sloutsburg from the 14th Senatorial District. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Coleman W. Walsh, Jr. in recognition of your being named West Haven's 2018 Irish Person of the Year at our 27th annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. Your love of Ireland began in your youth and blossomed into a lifelong passion for all things Irish. Your community service is a testament that you are truly committed to not only celebrating our Irish community here in West Haven, but in making it thrive. Thank you for all that you do to make our community a better place. As a second-generation Irish American who has dedicated your life's work to carrying on the spirited traditions of Ireland, today we honor you and we thank you. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success. Given the 16th day of March 2018 at the state capitol in Hartford, Connecticut, signed by President Pro Tem Martin Looney, Speaker of the House Joe Simulitz, and Secretary of State Denise Merrill. Congratulations, Coleman.
Thank you. This time I'd like to read a letter that was sent from the president of the West Haven Irish American Club, Kathleen Steino Buckheit, who could not be here, and she extends her regrets. Dear distinguished guests, West Haven Irish Person of the Year Committee, and Coleman Walsh Jr. On behalf of the West Haven Irish American Club, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the committee for putting together this event which celebrates Irish pride, heritage, and culture for the people of West Haven. This annual street sign tradition is the highlight of St. Patrick's Day in West Haven. The West Haven Irish American Club is very excited and proud to have Coleman Walsh Jr. as the recipient of this year's 2018 Street Sign Award. Coleman has been a very active member of the Irish community within the greater New Haven area for many years and has served his Irish community in numerous capacities. He is a West Haven Irish American Club member, a former Irish step dance dad with the Kathleen Mulkern School of Irish Dance, and past president of the Knights of St. Patrick, the 2005 Grand Marshal of the New Haven St. Patrick's Day Parade, and he is also currently serving as the executive chairman of the parade. Coleman, we are proud of your many accomplishments over the years and for your dedication to our Irish community, as well as the city of West Haven. We look forward to driving by Coleman Walsh Square throughout the course of the year. We are beyond proud to have you as a West Haven Irish American Club member, as well as to be able to call you our friend. We hope you enjoyed today's ceremony with your loved ones. Congratulations and happy St. Patrick's Day to all. Sincerely, Kathleen Steino Buckheit, West Haven Irish American Club President. At this time, I am most honored to introduce the senior senator, United States Senator from the state of Connecticut, the Honorable Richard Blumenthal. Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you. Thank you. It's O. Blumenthal. And I'm here representing myself and that guy Murphy, the Irishman. Where is he? I want to thank West Haven for welcoming me again to this wonderful celebration. It really brings us all together to celebrate a heritage, a culture, and a proud immigrant story. Coleman and Donna exemplified the best in America, and they remind us about how community service and involvement really benefit all of us, and how they are models really of public service. And so I'm really proud to be here with them to really commemorate and honor that tradition and culture, their involvement in so many different causes, most recently the parade that we had last weekend. Beautiful day. Congratulations. And to say to them, thank you for all you do for so many of us. Thank you for all the lives you have touched. Thank you for the model you've provided, not only to your children, Coleman and Jane, but to so many others. Community service, giving back, and the great tradition of this day of the Irish Person of the Year Award. And just with all the plaudits and accolades that you'll receive today, just remember that sign is up there for only a year. So enjoy it. And I, too, have a certificate of special recognition from the Senate of the United States. I just want to reassure you that I am not from Hamden. And Father, I think we need your peacekeeping charm in the United States Senate. Congratulations to you, Coleman and Donna.
Thank you, Senator. Before I call on Mayor Rossi to share her greetings and presentations on behalf of the city, I'd like to read what I think is the most important congratulatory message that Coleman will receive today. Dad, congratulations on being the most honorable Irishman. Sorry we couldn't be there to celebrate with you today, but we can do that later. We are so proud of you and what you've accomplished over the years, from running events to walking the runway in fashion shows to showing up at the hockey rink wearing a top hat and tails. Because organizing this New Haven St. Patrick's Day parade is no excuse to miss a hockey game. It might be possible that the only thing you love more than being Irish is your family. That being said, you have taken every opportunity to make sure that Cole and I know how Irish we are. Countless corned beef dinners have taught me that after 25 years I still don't like corned beef or potatoes, but a pint of Guinness never hurt. You are the only parent I know that signs every single text message with Dad and a shamrock. But most importantly, there was never any concern about being pinched on St. Patrick's Day because we probably had enough green to cloth everyone in West Haven. All of this is probably why you're standing on stage today. We'd agree that they couldn't have honored a better guy. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day weekend, and thank you for teaching us truly to be Walshes. Because without the Irish heritage behind us, Walsh is just an easy name for your teacher to pronounce during roll call. Love, Jane and Cole. At this time, please welcome the Mayor of the City of West Haven, the Honorable Nancy R. Rossi. Mayor.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. First, I want to acknowledge City Councilwoman Tracy Morrissey, Board of Ed member James Morrissey, and I know I seen the city clerk here just not a couple of minutes ago, Deborah Collins. I apologize if I forgot anybody, but I think I got everybody that was here. First thing, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Isn't it a glorious day with a glorious person here, Coleman, representing us? As mayor of this great city of West Haven, it is my honor and privilege to join you in celebrating our deep-rooted Irish ancestry and our 2018 Irishman of the Year, Coleman W. Walsh, Jr., at West Haven's 27th annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. I appreciate the efforts of our St. Patrick's Day committee, led by Chairwoman Beth Sabo, in making this cultural event such a success year after year. Thank you all. At this time, I would also like to recognize the many family and friends of Coleman Walsh and the many dignitaries who are here with us today. Thank you all for being here. And now I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas, at this 27th annual St. Patrick's Day celebration, the City of West Haven honors its 2018 Irish Person of the Year, Coleman William Walsh, Jr., for devoting his time, talents, and energy to the Irish American community, and Coleman Walsh's Irish eyes have smiled on the clan of Erin as goodwill ambassador of our deep-rooted Irish American society. A man of great character, integrity, and wisdom, he has poured his heart and soul into preserving and promoting the vibrant culture of Ireland, exemplifying the very best of West Haven, and Coleman Walsh, whose legacy has woven many threads of green into the red, white, and blue, is a second-generation Irish American and is proud of his rich heritage. Whereas with determination, courage, and perseverance, Irish Americans like Coleman Walsh have made inspiring contributions to our local identity, have enriched our community with their achievements and service. Now, therefore, I, Nancy R. Rossi, Mayor of the City of West Haven, Connecticut, do hereby proclaim March 16, 2018 as Coleman W. Walsh, Jr. Day. In the City of West Haven, Connecticut, the entire city extends its very best wishes on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2018 Irishman of the Year, Coleman Walsh.
tell you truthfully, after David's speech and kind words, I don't know what to say. I do want to thank Dave for his great remarks. I want to thank Father Jetty for his wonderful invocation, and also, as Dave alluded to, how much he's loved here in West Haven and truly missed. I'd like to thank John Hines and the New Haven County Firefighters Emerald Society Pipe and Drums and the West Haven Police Color Guard for leading me into this program today. And of course, the 2013 Parade Queen, Fiona Stewart, for her fine renditions of both the Soldier Song and the National Anthem of the United States of America. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My many, many friends here, my many fellow Knights of St. Patrick, Parade Committee members. I'd be remiss to talk about all the dignitaries that are here today. I'd like to thank Mayor Nancy Rossi for the wonderful time upstairs in her office. And also, I'd like to thank Beth Sabo and her committee for a fine job in picking me as this year's recipient. I'm blessed to follow many past recipients of this award, including many former Grand Marshals of New Haven St. Patrick's Parade, including Mary Carter, the late Jim Sullivan, Executive Secretary Mary Melinda, United States State Representative Dorinda Keenan-Boris, United States Marshal John O'Connor, and last year's recipient, a very good friend of mine, Kelly Canning Ruckholtz. And of course, my father-in-law, William Bill Hackett, along with his wife, Carol Hackett, who were recipients of this fine award in 1996. I know many have read about my family in the West Haven Voice, the New Haven Register, and even online. And I thank them all for being here. I'd like to start today's remarks off with family. Joining me here today is my beautiful and very supporting wife, Donna Hackett Walsh. And also, I'd like to recognize my sister in the front row here, Nora Jane Walsh. Thank you for being here, Nora. I'd also like to give a shout out to my sister's partner, Lori Sherman, who lives in Clinton, and tell her how much I love her. As you heard, very nice words by my daughter and my son. I'm sorry they can't be with us today. Coleman's on spring break from college, and he's down with my sister in Nashville, his sister, sorry, where I'm sure she has a wonderful St. Patrick's Day weekend planned for him. I want to tell you that my sister and I are two of five, to my late father, Coleman W. Walsh Sr., and my mother, Jane Walsh. And also we have three brothers who could not be with us today. My older brother, Bill, and his lovely wife, Diane, live up in Berrytown, Vermont. My brother, Tim, who unfortunately we lost this past Sunday morning. And my other youngest brother, Christopher, who we lost back in 2003. I'd be remiss not to mention also my late stepmother-in-law, my late stepmother, Ruth Murdoch Walsh, and also my three stepbrothers, Glenn Murdoch, Scott Murdoch, and Brian Murdoch, and my stepsister, Pat Bennett, and her husband, Bill, and their families. I have many great friends from many places around the area and around the world, but I have to tell you, I'm a lucky man to have been married into one of the best families in this town, and that's the Hacketts. I'm a proud brother-in-law of Bobby and Kathy Rice, of Billy and Mary Hackett, of Margie Hackett, and of Danny and Ellen Collins, and to their children, Kevin, Sean, Melanie, and Robert Rice, Brianna Hackett, and Aaron, Daniel, and Riley Collins. Has been written, my late grandfather, William Joseph Walsh, immigrated to this country from Lisdowney, County Kilkenny in Ireland in the 1800s. Along with some of his siblings, landed in Derby, Connecticut, and then resided in Ansonia, Connecticut. After my father married my late grandmother, Mary Coleman, to which I have where my first name came from, where they raised my father, aunts, and uncles, I wanted to mention 3 of my grandfather's siblings, because I feel it's important for this occasion. First of all is would be my granduncle Michael, the only one of my grandfather's siblings who did not come over here from Ireland. He stayed there with his family, and my father, for many, many years, went up to the Mormon church up in Woodbridge to research his family, looking for bits and pieces that he could find on them, looking through microfilms and things like that. And along with my cousin from New Hampshire, Ann Mahoney, we put what we knew of our family trees on Ancestry.com, which is one of the best things you can do in the world. And right away we were contacted by a girl named Eva Walsh from actually in County Leash, Duro and County Leash. And right away, she contacted us both, and through going back and forth, we realized that she is our true cousins that my father was searching for all his life. I also want to mention another one of my father's siblings, Andrew Joseph Walsh. Now, Andrew was a little bit older than my grandfather, but his grandson also lives here in West Haven, and he is my second cousin. His name is David Walsh. He is married to the former Mary Ellen Blake, so I want to recognize him also. And lastly, I want to talk about the third sibling, and his name is John Walsh. And his son is John Walsh, that we all know very well from this town, along with his sons, John Chip Walsh, Christopher P. Walsh, proprietor of Duffy's Tavern, and Michael P. Walsh, who wrote a fantastic article about me this week in the West Haven Voice. I thank you very much. It was mentioned in Michael's article something that was instilled in me by my father, as instilled in him by his father. Live each day to the fullest and take nothing for granted. Always work hard and be proud of your work, no matter what the task, because someday that hard work will pay off. In my life, from the days of playing Gaelic football, tossing darts, caddying at the New Haven Country Club, working at the co-op, studying and graduating for both high school and college, flipping garbage cans for D's in Hamden, driving a beer truck for Budweiser, framing houses, roofing, siding, playing softballs for Brian's Place, Brian's 2 down the street, and now inspecting heavy and highway construction bridges. I've worked hard and enjoyed every minute of it. But with all that, I've also found the time to give back to the community, which I feel is very important. All people should do it for whatever cause they see fit. By volunteering, I have given back to the Irish Community Center, community, by joining several organizations, including the West Haven Irish American Club, which I'm very proud of. Also, I'm also a member of the Knights of St. Patrick, where I ascended to president in 1997, and then joining the parade committee, where I was the 2005 Grand Marshal, and now, as you have heard, the executive chairman. My mother gave me a quote that I used in my high school yearbook, which reads, "God gave you 2 ends, one to sit on and one to think with. Your success in life depends on which one you use. Heads you win, tails you lose." And now in conclusion, before we head off to a beautiful corned beef dinner, I have a couple more things to say. I haven't really talked about where I came from, even though Dave talked about where I came from. Even though it's been written many places. But I was from Hamden, and I certainly know what it means to everybody, as I've heard it all from both sides, from all my friends, both here and there. So I want to repeat something I ended my remarks with. When I was presented the 2000 Grand Marshal sash and this beautiful ring that I wear to remind me every day of. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a true green dragon. But after seeing my daughter stand on the starting box for the Wizards, and my son pull on the blue and green jerseys in youth hockey and in high school and skate for the Blue Devils, it has increasingly become easier and easier to yell one thing, and that is "Go Westies." Thank you very much, West Haven, for this excellent honor. Thank you.
And now we would like to present Coleman with the Irish flag and his jacket.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much.
Now we have to take care of the sign. Okay. And we're on here.
Behind you, Senator.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Just behind you. Congratulations again, Coleman, and we are so glad you found the light. At this time, I now ask that the colors be retired. Thank you.